Hi, everybody. I just wanted to give you a little walkthrough of your poetry project, okay? So this is an anthology. So an anthology is a collection of selected literary pieces or passages, okay? So you're going to be choosing a selection of your poetry that you're going to put into an anthology, okay? So the task is you're going to create a collection of 3 to 5 pages of thematically linked poetry, artist statements for 2 poems, an annotated breakdown for one of your poems, and a brief introduction outlining your theme. Okay? Be sure to include a title page and a table of contents. Okay? So this is multiple poems. He's not giving you an amount of poems. He's giving you a sort of idea of the length of the pages. Okay? So your theme, he says here that your focus should be the year 2020. But when we were talking today, he said it doesn't have to be specifically linked to that. But your theme has to be specific, okay? So for example, if you were like, oh, my theme's going to be love, that's not specific enough, okay? If your theme is about the love of a family, then that's great, okay? Or the love of animals, okay? So take that idea and then specify it, okay? Put it into a more specific idea. Okay, you can link it to your own experiences, the world, whatever you like. Okay, now anthologies begin with an explanation and a reflection, and yours should be no different. Okay, please be sure to explore and explain your interpretation of the theme, as well as an explanation as to why you made this decision. Okay, so that introduction should be written in a paragraph format. Okay, and it should have proper writing conventions. And that is part of your anthology. Okay, now the poetry selections. There is no set number, but there are set pages. So it should be 3 to 5 full pages. Okay, you can have any number of poems depending on your length and form. And if you're not sure what that means, you can ask me or Mr. Bergner. Okay, so we want to see a range of your poetry. So you could only have 2 of each type. Okay, so you can't do 5 pages of 15 haikus. Okay, you can have 2 haikus, 2 sonnets, 2 free verse poems, and etc. Okay, we want to see you using different kinds. Make sure your themes are thematically appropriate. Okay, you can use the things that we do in class each day, but maybe use those as drafts and work from them going forward. Okay, and make sure your poems all have titles. Okay. You can use untitled, but maybe only once, okay? Now, a traditional artist statement is something that you use to kind of explain your poem. What did you feel about it and what issues are presented, okay? You need to do this with 2 of your poems, okay? Here's some examples on what that looks like, okay? And then at the end here, he says, due to the digital nature of this year, all projects will be submitted via Teams. So you could make them in a PowerPoint, in a video, a Word document, a PDF, whatever you like. If you want to be creative with it, go ahead. Okay? And these are the things that you need to make sure you have before you submit. Okay? You need to have a cover page with a title for your anthology, your name and the date. Okay? You can do an illustration there as well if you want. Table of contents that lists all of your poems in order with page numbers. An introductory explanation of the theme, like we talked about, explaining what your theme is and why you chose it. Then all of your poetry that should follow the table of contents order. And then your 2 artist statements, okay? And they should be with the poems that you are discussing. Okay, and then down here is the rubric, okay? So he is looking for thematic design, okay? So that you've chosen an interesting theme, that you have an introduction, that you have the artist statements, that you have your poetry, which connects to the theme, which is written by you, and which follows the rules of that kind of poem. Okay? So that gives you an overview of what we are looking for this project. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody.